world, it's Keely and I'm back for another video. This is going to be my May TBR. Now in the month of May, I'm hoping to get a lot of reading done as I am every month, but my reading has definitely slowed down. I am currently reading this one, This Inevitable Ruin by Matt Dinniman. This is the 7th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Book 8 comes out, I think, in like 2 weeks. I know I'm over 100 pages through, but this is a chunker of a book, so I don't know if I will finish it in time. That's okay. I'm just going to keep making progress on that one. Now in May, I will be taking part in one readathon, which is Escape the Readathon. This one is hosted by... oh my god, I just completely forgot her name. I will link everything down below. This is the 4th year that she is hosting this one, and it is my first time taking part as far as I know. And this year it is a space adventure, like sci-fi adventure, and there are different teams and you are basically competing as teams against each other to escape the aliens and survive. It's a lot of fun. I am on the astronomer team and I am very excited for it. I did get the like themed bookmark. It's over there, I forgot to grab it, but I thought we could go through some books that I bought recently and some of the prompts and how some of these books might fit. Obviously, my plan is to finish both of the books in Dungeon Crawler Carl, so the new one and the one that I'm currently reading. I also would really like to make my way through this big stack of library books that I have, continue working on some vampire books that I've been reading and like other books, but I have a book haul, so let's go through that. For indie bookstore day, I went to Commonplace Reader, which is a indie bookstore in Yardley, Pennsylvania. It's very cute. I love that area, like little downtown Yardley. It's very cute. Parking kind of sucks, but that tends to happen in like little downtown areas. So there's a bookstore there. So I went in and I bought 2 books. I got Zom Rom-Com by Olivia Dade. This is a super fun kind of like quirky romance about a woman that's trying to save her neighbor from a zombie breach. It's the first one in 2 decades. Turns out the neighbor is a vampire. I think it's gonna be really fun. And then I finally picked up a copy of The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, and I did hear apparently this is supposed to be the start of a series, but the other books will be kind of also standalone within this universe, so you don't necessarily have to read them in any particular order. Maybe, I'm not sure. I've read a couple Joe Abercrombie, but this one is the one that I want to get to next. So those are the books that I got for indie bookstore day. Then I just have some other ones. We are waiting for potentially really terrible news to come in terms of some work stuff, and I'm not looking forward to it at all. It's stuff that is out of our control, and that makes it even worse because you just kind of feel like in this limbo, miserable period, and I can't talk about it at all other than to say my anxiety level has been pretty terrible because of that. So the other night, we actually had a meeting yesterday and they were like, sorry, there's no news. So it was Tuesday night that after work, I went and I ran some errands, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk around a bookstore. Did I buy a lot of books? Yes. Should I be probably saving money to prepare in case I lose my job because of all of this stuff that's happening? Yes, but also was I self-caring by buying some books? Yes. So yes, I am the person of complex emotions. I just grabbed some ones that I've heard really good things about. So I grabbed Heavenly Bodies by Imani Ario, and this one is the first book, and I don't know if it's just a duology or a series, but I've heard really, really good things about this one. And they did have a super pretty copy, but it was hardback and like $30-something, which was crazy. So I just got the paperback version. I prefer paperbacks anyway. I don't really know anything about this one other than that people are loving it. Then I grabbed Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, which is a contemporary romance with main characters with limb difference, and I have heard amazing things about this one, so I've been wanting to pick it up, so I was super happy that they had one copy, so I grabbed that one. Then I grabbed another fantasy that I've heard really, really good things about. I think this is a debut. This is The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino. This is the book that I went for, which is Half City by Kate Golden. I've heard incredible things about this one, that it's just a lot of fun. The next book is coming out, I think, pretty soon. I've heard it gives Buffy vibes, and this is about a girl that's at like a demon hunting school or something like that, and it just sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very excited for it. And then the final one that I grabbed is Silver Cloak by L.K. Stephen. And Sydney read this one recently and absolutely loved it, and I think the next one might be coming out soon. I'm not sure, but I just decided to grab it. The other books that I was looking for, they didn't have. It's another romantasy that the second book just came out, and I keep wanting to call it like Starlight Sea or Sea of Sparrows or something. It's by someone Perry. I don't know anything about it other than people are absolutely loving it, and I'm feeling a little bit like left out by not really reading romantasy. I've read fantasy historically like my whole life, and I love fantasy, but I also like lots of other genres. So I figured I'll give some romantasy a try. So we'll see if I'm a romantasy girly, who knows. Some of the prompts then can fit some of these books. The first prompt is Command Center. So it is read a book with one of your top 3 favorite tropes. I have lots of favorite tropes, so I need to figure out like my top 3 based on these books. Anything that has to do with like the main character's actually like a supernatural creature, finding out that like the love interest is a vampire could totally work. Demon schools and like fighting against the school and going to school to learn about how to fight things, like urban fantasy, definitely. Anything that has to do with like knights. So I don't know. I'll have to write them down, figure it out. And then Winston's Lounge is to read a book you found on BookTube or you heard about on BookTube, which is like all of those books. Tech Center is to read a book blurbed by an author that you've loved before. Yes, okay. So I could read The Devils by Joe Abercrombie because there is a quote on the back from Tamsin Muir, who is writing the Locked Tomb series, which is Gideon the Ninth and Harrow the Ninth and Alecto the Ninth and all of those. But it's got a quote on the back from that author, so I could definitely read this one. Also a quote on the back from Christopher Buehlman. I've read 3 of his books and really enjoyed 2 of them. That one could count. Cafe Nova is read a book in a different genre than your last book. So I'm reading a lot of fantasy right now, so I'd have to read like a contemporary romance or a sci-fi or something. Medbay is read a book with an isolated setting, so I would honestly have to go through my books and see what I have. I'm pretty sure I have some that like take place in the woods, so I could read one of those. Damage Control Center is read a book with a setting you haven't been to, so any of my books because I haven't been to any of these fantasy worlds. Greenhouse is to randomize your read, so you can pick any way that you want to randomize. So I could like have my husband come in and randomly pick a book from my shelf. I could put them on a spinner wheel. Engine Room is to read an anti-rec, so read a book that someone doesn't recommend reading because they didn't enjoy it. So for Escape the Readathon, there is a Discord channel or Discord server, which is super duper helpful because you get separated into whatever team you're on, and then you can talk to each other about the books you're reading, about prompts, about suggestions. You can ask questions to the moderators, things like that. And that is also where Lexi, that's her name, Christ, Lexi will be dropping the prompts. So the prompts are not like you read all of them. It's that Lexi will randomly drop a prompt and you have to, as quickly as you can, read a book for that prompt and then enter in how many pages you read, and then you compete based on pages. I don't think I said that at the beginning. Research Facilities is read a book you borrowed. So I have a huge stack of library books that would count. Living Quarters is read a book with the author name below the name of the title of the book. So for that one, it could be like literally any of these, like Heavenly Bodies, here's the author name. Could be The Devils, here's the author name. Could be Half City, here's the author name. So that is a pretty easy one. Sleeping Lodge, read a book a friend loves. That could be Dungeon Crawler Carl. I don't know if I can technically count a book I'm already reading, so I'll have to see. I know someone asked that, but I didn't see the answer yet. But I could read Bunny by Mona Awad because one of my tattoo artists loves that book and recommended it to me. Facility Management is read an underhyped book. None of the books that I just bought would count for that, but I do have some books from the library I haven't heard people talking about, and I do have a lot of other books that would count for that. The Gym is to read an author's latest release, so I'd have to go through. I think a lot of the books that I just bought are the most recent one, I think, except for 1 or 2 of them. The Matt Dinniman book would also count for that in May. And then Escape Pod is read a book with a cover that matches any host thumbnail. I don't know what that means yet. I have to look that up. But I'm very excited to get to a lot of books in May. In terms of like other stuff going on, we don't have any vacations or anything like that planned. It's just going to be kind of like a pretty chill month, hopefully. Maybe do some hikes, some trail runs, some bike rides, depending on the weather. We've been watching horror movies, so probably watch some more horror movies and just kind of take it easy and vibe for as long as we can. That's everything for this video. I know it was kind of quick, but I just wanted to talk through a couple of the books that I'm thinking about. I am a mood reader, so I could change my mind at any given time and read something else, but these are the books that I am very much interested in at this time, and doing Escape the Readathon. And let me actually show you. I did buy, so Lexi made some sticker sheets. I did buy a sticker sheet along with the bookmark for the astronomer team. So since it's space themed, this is what I have. I drew this, but then these little guys, I actually printed out. We have a black and white printer. I printed out and then put the page underneath and just traced them and colored them in. So I have some little aliens, some stickers. I know I spelled astronomer wrong, but it made me laugh so hard that I'm just gonna leave it. Don't care. I actually spelled it wrong twice. I have a whiteboard up there where I wrote down that I was doing Escape the Readathon to remind myself, and I wrote astromers up there too. I don't know what's going on with my brain, but it made me laugh when I was like, what? How did I just completely miss half of a word? That is everything that I have for you guys for this video. Let me know if you're taking part in Escape the Readathon or other readathons for the month of May. And if you are doing Escape the Readathon, what team are you on? And that's it. Thanks so much for watching.